Today, we are going to make some grass. No, I'm not in Colorado, so it's not going to be that kind of grass. It's our techniques that are so simple and sensible, your mowers will practically build themselves. Hello folks, it's Mad Dog Merv, and well, we're getting real close to Halloween. I thought maybe I'd go ahead and go over our Halloween train that I put together for the occasion, as well as some of the updates that we have done for the train layout. So, without further ado, let's get into our Halloween train.
Remember a few months ago when we talked about when we first started this project. I took this engine, it's an old Tyco engine, runs really good, decided to do the Black Widow scheme from Southern Pacific, and made my own lettering, painted my own lettering on the side, the Nightmare Express, and gave it the board number 666. Thought that was kind of a fun thing to do. So I had this done in like March, and I needed a good caboose, and I found this picture online of a decent Southern Pacific caboose. I thought, well, I don't quite have that caboose, but I have one similar. So I had a decal, and I painted this up in kind of the Black Widow scheme. Went ahead and put some green paint on the inside of the windows and put a light on the inside. But I rigged the light in such a way that as this caboose went down the track, the contacts would hit the track intermittently, and it would cause the lights to flicker on the caboose. Like a mad scientist is back there doing some experiment. So here is a overall picture of the basic consist. You can kind of see that seven cars behind the, or 6 cars behind the engine and a caboose. Kind of a good overall picture here of the vision of what I was trying to do. I thought it would be fun to have a tank car that was spilling goo, toxic ooze out of it. And then I have a hopper car that is full of these glow in the dark rocks. So here's where we started. We've got the Nightmare Express pulling the graveyard car, and the other train that Isabella helped to build. We have this custom caboose that she painted like a jack-o'-lantern, and then some candy corn in a hopper, and an auto carrier that's actually painted with a fluorescent paint, and you'll see that here in just a little bit. By the way, check out the fall trees that I've got here. I kind of lined my roadway and had a little grove of trees. This is one of the updates that I've done to the train layout. So anyway, going along the consist of the Halloween train. Then is the tank car that had the ooze coming out of it. And then I have the hopper with the glow-in-the-dark rocks. And you can see on the train that Isabella did, it has a green hopper that is full of those rocks as well. But here I've done part of a work train, part of a repair train. I'm painting that up to be a Denver and Rio Grande repair train. Anyway, there's a better look at it right there. You can see one of the hoppers I took and I filled it with little pieces of coal, and I put pumpkins in there with their big smiley faces, the little jack-o'-lanterns. There is one of those searchlight cars, and I've got the light hooked up in there to work most of the time. Sometimes it kind of flickers, which adds to the effect. I think that's just lovely. So here's the engine for the one that Isabella put together. And this engine, I've repainted a Chattanooga Choo Choo from Tyco. It doesn't run real well, so I've got to do some work on it. I'm going to put some DNRG lettering on this as well and finish the weathering, and then I will have a second Halloween train. So you can see the caboose there, and we'll show you how it lights up here in just a few minutes. So some updates that I've done to the layout since last month. I got this little motel. I painted it up in kind of a southwestern scheme and put some people in it, and here it is. Just off to the side right there by my VCR, by my DVD player. I actually added the pool and a privacy fence to it, and I actually have some figures there as well. Well, if you're going to be at a motel, you've got to have a place to eat. So I built this diner across the street. And I did this out of an old-time Union Pacific car that I had. And just one day I decided I was going to build an old-fashioned diner. So I did. Built it, painted it, got everything together, and, well, hopefully you like it. And over here in the corner, you can see where I've got my little tunnel portal that recently I did a piece on how to make that on the channel. And you can kind of see how this corner with the water tower, it all just kind of blends in, and I really like the way that this turned out. This little street that crosses the tracks right here. So this month I was very busy with trees, as you can tell. And one of the things I did is I got a real smoking deal on a whole bunch of pine trees. And so I finished this area up against the mountains and got a whole row of pine trees all the way down to the end now. So got a lot of pine trees on here. One of the things I wanted to update was my sunset. So I took some paint that glowed in the dark. I think it's a Tester's Sunburst is what it's called, and just lightly airbrushed my sunset that I used to have and kind of added to it, enhanced it a little bit more. And off to the left here, you can see I just did some very thin wisps, but when that black light hits it, man, you got to see this effect in person. It's just amazing, I think. It looks really cool. It's kind of a late sunset color. And here's the pumpkin patch. We just are, we're just going to put out a piece in November on how we built this pumpkin patch. So stay tuned for that. Got to have a pumpkin patch if you're going to have, jack-o'-lanterns, right? All right, so, we've heard of that Tootsie train that runs back east, that haunted ghost train. And I decided I'd take one of my Chattanooga choo-choos that didn't run, and I would dress it up like the kind of like the Tootsie train. Put a big old skull on it, and these bones, and well, here you can see with one of the lights kind of how it looks. Ooh. And I've also put some people on here that I painted up as to be ghosts. Thought that would kind of be a fun thing to have wandering my layout, was a couple of ghosts. And here it is with the blue LED on, and you can see the way that everything is painted, how that just glows. Here's another ghost over here by the motel. Ooh, scary. Speaking of which, in this area, I got this skull, had to paint it up like one of those sugar skulls. And oh yes, I have an alien. I have an alien that I have put on the layout. Thought he would be fun this time of year. So let's get into some of the operation. Watch this caboose. Isn't that cool? All right, so here we go. See the caboose there flickering away as it comes down the track. Running straight on the main line. This looks pretty neat, depending on which LED effect you get. But yeah, I think I'll keep it. Oh yeah, I put a little conductor, not a conductor, an engineer on the front of the engine, and kind of painted him up with some fluorescent colors so that he looked spooky. And you can see the ooze coming out of the tank car that glows in the dark. I like that. The phosphorescent rocks, the radioactive rocks as I call them. So here you go. Here is, wow, I really like that ghost train. Candy corn, if you would like some, come on by and have some. And here we are with that blue LED. I really do like this effect the most. You can see that auto carrier, how it just glows with the black light on. Yeah, pretty neat. Pretty neat. right, here we go. And the lights are flickering. Ooh. Well, there you go. I hope you enjoyed my Halloween train. We also put up this spider web out there, and it glows lovely too. So, hey, thanks for joining us, folks. We'll see you again soon.